And guys, we are trapped. We're trapped, guys. Help us. We're trapped. Please send help. Everyone, send help. Help us out.
There is no help.
We're not getting any help, guys.
There is no help. There is no help.
And we got lost at sea. We got lost, guys. Help us. SOS, SOS. Help us out. Hi, guys. My name is Hungry Shark. I'm very hungry right now, guys. I'm
Baby
very
shark.
hungry. My name is a Hungry Shark, and I swim in the ocean. And I'm following my good friend, Disgruntled Octopus. I'm trying to find where he is with all the food. And I cannot see anything. The ocean is so big, we cannot see anything. I'm always swimming behind him because he got so many tentacles. He's swimming ahead of me, guys. Help us. We cannot find. There are like whales and other fish behind us. We cannot see the horizon. Please help us out, guys. And we're trying to find our home in Australia and New Zealand. But guys, please welcome from our water kingdom. We got Hungry Shark in the house. We got the disgruntled octopus in the house. And we got beautiful Lisa in the house, who is neither one. But Lisa wanted to be a Nemo. And she was able to find the Nemo, but not yet, guys. The Nemo is still lost, guys. So please welcome with open heart to our Saturday night Unprofessional Reseller Live from Water Kingdom of Australia. We got this disgruntled octopus in the house, guys. One of the Australia's best resellers. So please welcome him with an open heart, guys. Please welcome him with an open heart because I'm a hungry shark. I need some food, I need some fish, and I don't need the disgruntled octopus. Guys.
Oh, I thought you were a real shark then.
Guys, welcome back to the Unprofessional Reseller Live. We got one of the special creatures from the water underneath, from the kingdom underneath, from the water world.
You talking about Lisa?
Hold on. The character is back. Guys, I'm swimming in the ocean and I'm still hungry. I need some fish. My teeth are very kind of getting like hungry right now, guys. They want some fish, guys. And I cannot eat the disgruntled octopus because he's the only greatest resellers on our planet from our water kingdom. We don't have any other representatives. And I'm a bad reseller, Hungry Shark. I cannot find any inventory underwater. And the disgruntled octopus takes all the best stuff from our underwater thrift stores. So please help us. Bring some help. We were looking for Nemo. We cannot find Nemo.
I got an idea where he is.
But Lisa, Octo, please help us out. Please help us find some great inventory in our water kingdom. We need some.
I can't tell you where all the good thrift stores are under the ocean. Like, all the sunken treasures for me. I can't share it with the sharks.
I am very hungry right now. I need some inventory so I can put it in my mouth and swim with it and list my inventory in my water eBay version. I have an eBay version of underwater.
You might have to if you're a shark, mate, you might have to engage in one of those listing services I keep hearing about because you got no tentacles to type on the keyboard. Like, what are you going to do with your little fins?
I don't know, Octo. I'm not sure what to do now. I cannot enroll into any of the underwater platforms. They rejected me. They told me I'm a hungry, angry shark. They only allow it to the kind water animals, not hungry sharks. Hungry sharks are prohibited. We cannot do anything. We have to only eat fish and just protect the ocean from creatures. But octopus is one of the greatest creatures on the planet. So Octo, we appreciate your help in our water kingdom today. We love your patience, and our kingdom of sharks appreciates you. We're not gonna eat you, of course, because we like you.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well, flattery will get you everywhere, Shark Roman.
Yeah, guys, the hungry shark decided that it's too hot, so it's gonna lose the character again. So, guys, welcome to the Saturday night edition of the Unprofessional Reseller Live from underwater. Today, guys, we're like way below underwater in some kind of ocean, most likely Indian Ocean, guys, and we're near Australia. So we're kind of swimming around trying to find inventory underwater. And me and Octo were doing it since yesterday. We tried to find some inventory, but we couldn't find anything.
I think there's some behind me at the moment. I think there's some over there. There you go. Have you look over there? There's some over there.
Yeah, there's some inventory, guys. We have to kind of break out of character sometimes and go back into the character because it's gonna be too hot. But anyway, guys, let me say hello to our great people in our chat again. We got Harry Hamstone in the house. We got Jeremy in the house. Hey, y'all. We got Chad, Wolfman's Goodies. We got Danny, Pico Resource. We got Who Dat? Woody in the house. We got B Picking in the house. Barbara, hello, everyone. We got Maya Koyama in the house. We got Nicola Presto in the house. We got Archie Biscuit Butt in the house. And let me say hello from a hungry shark. Archie, I love you so much. I'm not gonna eat you, but I can kiss you with my teeth all over the place and eat you later on when I'm hungry. We got Matt Jackass Retro in the house. We got Frankston Flipper. Welcome. Well, I'm out. Appreciate you stopping by. New name. We got as escape promo DOG, Delusion of Granger in the house.
That's right, Ken, my beloved Ken.
Ken, one of the best people with Delusion of Granger. We got Jerka Jill in the house. I'm so amused. Guys, thank you very much for joining us today. We got Vintage Wani in the house. We got Lisa in the house. Bubbles, Blinks, and Needful Six from underwater also.
I'm grounded over here, that's for sure.
We got Devan. Did Roman get eaten by a shark? Devan, I got abducted by this shark with teeth, and I cannot get it out. Help me, guys, help me. I'm not gonna let you out. You're gonna stay inside. Guys, you see, I cannot get this out. I cannot. Octo, help me, help me.
Imagine him doing this over a crib. Can you?
So we got beautiful people in our chat today, guys. We really appreciate you stopping by. We got international flavor today. We got Lisa from United States of America. We got Octo from Australia. And we got me from Uzbekistan originally. So we got a lot of international type of people from different parts of the world, which is kind of cool, guys, for the live and for everyone to see. And we got some underwater animals, underwater greatest animals on the planet Earth. We got octopus and we got hungry shark. So they're going to be joining us. Guys, they're going to be joining us throughout the live today. Hopefully, they're going to be still alive by the time the live ends. Woody, I'm breathing out of my mouth. We got Anthony in the house. Dragon Master finds. Where is Lisa's costume? Lisa, where is your costume? The shark
wants to see it. Isn't it, Roman?
You're going
to the costume. What do we think's really under here? Brought the fish.
Yeah, Lisa is a mermaid, guys, but she forgot her outfit. So since, guys, you have to forgive me. I have problem breathing today with a shark costume after surgery. It's tough because I have to take medication. The shark costume is not letting me breathe. So, guys, I will be kind of going in and out of character. No, you're not going to go out of character. You're going to wear it for the rest of your life.
He's going to have way too much fun with this gang. Get used to it.
That's right. This is why you don't mix medication and shark costumes.
Yeah, it's got some
medication for sure.
It's some kind of medication which is kind of magical. Oh Lord. We got wow, so romantic. There is Archie, guys. Archie, guys, we really appreciate you all stopping by today to see our great guests today, as are all our guests in the past and the future. Guys, Disgruntled Octopus, guys, in my opinion, is one of the world's most famous resellers and YouTube content creators. Yes, with his
the world's most shit stirrer. That's probably what I get affiliated with.
Guys, with his originality, with how artistic he is, with his personality, it makes it more kind of a situation which I enjoy myself, because I'm always trying to be artistic, and my shark head never lets me do that. It eats me alive. So let's say hello to everyone that because I'm usually way behind Octo, as you know, and you can introduce yourself to the public.
Well, that's right. Well, maybe I was about to say, maybe you should hand over the comments to me. I can burn through them pretty quick.
Yeah, the hungry shark will come back again. But I'm gonna try to read the comments with this custom. We got Jason Byers official in the house. We got the one short. And we got Anthony. I'm surprised Lisa isn't wearing seashells, only seashells. And we got Maya Koyama saying, when will he get to interviewing the octopus?
But that's the boring part. This is the best part.
Yeah, guys, we're trying our best today. Believe me, the hungry shark hasn't eaten nothing today. He's still hungry. And the teeth are very hungry right now. So, guys, Octo, we really appreciate you, man. Mate. I would call you mate or man, because I know in Australia, you guys like to be called mate. I
normally go by benevolent dictator, but mate can do. Yeah, you can call me mate. It's fine.
Yeah, we can do that. Hopefully, you guys not gonna get offended too much. Is that biscuit butt? Max, welcome. Max, fast talking flipper in the house. So, guys, as you see, Octo swam all the way today from the Australia to the United States to do this live, and we kind of give him props to actually spend his time to swim so long from Indian Ocean and cross the Pacific Ocean and swim into United States from California and arrived into Ohio, guys. So
I think I ended up in Hawaii, mate. I think I'm in the wrong place.
And he ended up in Hawaii first and then swam here, guys. So it took him some time, guys, because he got 8 tentacles. And some of the tentacles got very tired, guys. So he had to use only 2 tentacles, and 6 of them had to rest. So anyway, Octo, please introduce yourself to our human Earth population of humans that that live on this planet.
I'll live on the land, I suppose you can say. And this is why I don't go on lives for, because I really hate introducing myself and hate talking about myself. So if you haven't seen me before, the Disgruntled Octopus, probably hated by 80% of the reselling community above that land. Yeah, so I don't know what it is. Maybe I've got a problem with
adorable.
Well, I think what it is that I've got a disconnect between my 8 brains or my 9 brains in my mouth. So,
well, you're ADHD also, so all right.
Well, that's right. Well, that's exactly right. So maybe one day I'll get medicated and behave myself. But yes, I'm a reseller in Australia. I've been reselling. I suppose the earliest way I can go back is probably 2006, 2007. Started, seriously reselling about 2013 and went full time. 2002, I think it was, and did that for a couple of years, and recently went back to work. So I work for the military in my day job. So put on my uniform with my octopus outfit, and that's what pretty much me in a nutshell.
Very nice, Octo. Very nice. You introduced yourself with such a pride, representing our water kingdom today. We are so proud of you.
I've got a very disgruntled shark next to me, so I have to behave myself.
Don't behave. Please don't behave.
I'm not going to behave.
Guys, let me properly introduce one of our best characters in our water kingdom, the Disgruntled Octopus in the house. So, guys, please welcome him one more time. You don't want to make hungry shark very angry, because I'm still hungry, and throughout the show I might get happy again. We'll see how that's gonna go. But Octopus is one of the best resellers in our underwater kingdom, and I'm one of the worst resellers in our underwater kingdom.
Yes. So I will take probably the best reselling octopus underwater. That's probably my claim to fame.
Yeah.
So Jack. I was just going to throw out to Jackhouse Retro, 80%. That's only because the other 20% haven't found me yet, mate. That's what it is. I'm universally despised.
The other underwater creatures have not found the disgruntled octopus just yet, except the Nemo. But we're still looking for Nemo, guys. We cannot find them. Me and Octopus were looking for Nemo throughout different oceans, swimming around, but we haven't found him yet, guys.
He's out on the grill in some aluminum foil. I found his
Yeah.
I think one of my friends' sharks has eaten the Nemo one of those days before and never told me.
Yeah, well, I was just finishing up a plate of sushi, so maybe ended off on that. But yeah, I'm glad that she's not here, Archie, because yeah, I would be muted as
I
revenge.
couldn't deal with the both of you. It's you or Leanne. There's no putting you both together.
I was about to say she's a lot more full on than I am. Barely get a moment to talk. I suppose, yeah, for those that haven't played at home, that Grumpy Granny is probably our Australian version of Roman. So anyone with Grumpy Granny, they don't get a word in sideways. So
well, you're actually getting some words in when Grumpy Granny is talking. She's very artistic also. Like, you know, you guys, like, I think in my opinion, since like whenever you come out doing a live together, you're very artistic together, and you have like really great artistic type of capabilities of doing very fun shows.
We normally get told we have a bit of chemistry. We just really hate each other.
But guys, if you haven't heard Leanne, Grumpy Granny, she's getting better. And if you watched Octopus, one of his last videos, he actually talked about Leanne in a video. So thankfully, she's getting better, and she hopefully will be back on YouTube soon. Right, Octo?
Yeah, so I did a bit of an update the other day. So she'd fallen off the radar for the best part of 6 weeks. So what I found out is she'd caught pneumonia, which I knew originally. She was getting better. Then she caught it again. I didn't actually know that you could catch pneumonia. So if we have a doctor in the house, please let me know how that works. Then she's actually just caught COVID. So,
oh my stars!
Yes, like as much as we despise each other, I do wish her well, and hopefully she gets better soon. Because I've got this empty hole in one of my hearts that I haven't been able to berate an old lady. So that's why I decided to come on and say hello to Lissa. So.
That's true. That's actually kind of true. That's true in a way. But actually,
I'm trying to punch that 80% up, Lisa.
Someone's getting punched.
The hungry shark is back right now. It wants the audience to pay attention.
We better go to an intermission, Roman, before she beats me.
Lisa, do not bite Octo. I'm not gonna allow that. It's not gonna happen. But
biting Octos for OnlyFans.
Big bro was asking if it's actually me or my medication. Big bro, it's actually me. My medication has nothing to do with it, but maybe a little bit.
Medication will probably take the edge off.
Maybe a little bit. But I need to brush my teeth because I haven't brushed my teeth for a while. And I ate so much fish, and I forgot to brush my teeth today.
Yeah, that's one of the pitfalls of living underwater. If you've got bad breath, you'll find out pretty quickly.
Exactly, and that's what happens. That's why I cannot get any inventory underwater, Octo. The only good inventory is something that you get while you swim around, and you're much faster because you got 8 tentacles. So you swim much faster, and you can get to underwater thrift stores much faster.
I don't show off all my tentacles very often, but that's all of them there if you want to see at home.
Yeah, the tentacles are all there. See, guys, they're all still attached to Octo. Nothing was eaten off.
That's right. That's exactly right.
So let me say hello to some beautiful audience that we got in the house. We got so many comments, Octo. So many people from our land, from the land kingdom came over to see you today and say hello to you and show your appreciation for all you've done throughout your YouTube career. There are so many people with appreciation today to support us and you.
I wouldn't say it's much of a career. It's probably more of a sinking ship at the moment.
Lisa, let me remove my character again. Archie saying, good thing Grumpy Granny is on the mod. First time gets muted.
Yes.
So guys, we really appreciate you. So Octo, how did you come out come up with this disgruntled octopus? Why are you disgruntled? Was there something
Well, yeah.
happening?
Well, I don't know where the octopus part came from. Like, yeah. But I don't know. Well, yeah, I put up with a lot of clowns in my day-to-day occupation, so I just became very disgruntled. And because I'm an octopus, 1 + 1 = 2, I suppose. So
That's actually kind of interesting because I thought disgruntled would be like really unhappy octopus or like not in the mood octopus. So it's like one of
well,
those.
I suppose when I suppose I have to be nice and polite to the underlings. So I suppose I can't be too disgruntled if I'm trying to take over the world. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's actually true, guys. Me and Octo gonna take over the world. We're taking over the world right now. After this live, we're gonna go through like a hurricane and get all the inventory from all the resellers on the land and get it all and list it ourselves in our water
Well,
kingdom.
I really need to come to the Goodwill bins over there. I watch a lot of videos. I think I could do a lot of damage with eight tentacles. Doing it wrong, you probably got it right, mate. It's we're probably thinking of the same James Bond movie.
But it's nice to have you, man. We really appreciate you joining us today, Octo. It's kind of I was excited, even though I had surgery this week, but surprisingly, I was able to kind of get in some kind of form 2 days later, which is not a form actually. I'm just on pills a little bit.
Just a few pills.
But big bro. By the way, this is not the pills. I'm actually like that. So it's my kind of artistic type of trying to be artistic, like an actor type of thing. So hopefully, you guys like. I mean, I don't know. You may not appreciate it much because it's kind of weird looking at me with some kind of weird shark head. But
I think that in the comments they actually prefer you with a shark head, from what I gather.
Yeah, actually, I have to put it back, guys. I need to catch some breath, and we're gonna return the shark back. I hope she will be back soon. I miss her Thursday lives. Yeah, she'll be back soon, Maya. Hopefully, as soon as she gets better.
If she's not back soon, I'll find another old lady and put her in the Thursday live spot. You won't miss out long.
Are there a lot of old ladies in Australia?
The nursing homes are jam packed. It's only a matter of time until I find another one.
Yeah, guys, so it's not an issue. So hopefully we're not gonna replace anyone with Leanne because Leanne is great. So Leanne will stay, guys. She's not going anywhere. Jeremy is asking, what is your favorite James Bond movie?
Well, he's already worked it out. He already knows what it is. So it's Octopussy. So
oh, there you go. It's Octopus. Yeah, that's actually kind of Lisa.
Oh, you didn't get that one, Roman. We were all sitting on that.
I actually, while wearing shark head, I was short on breath and my brain shut off again. So sorry. I say changing characters. Changing characters is not my specialty. Yes, like
at least you admit it.
According to you guys, there was like one person on every 1,000 kilometers. How the hell did she get COVID?
Yeah, and that's pretty close to what it's like over
right.
here. I think it's like 4 people every kilometer square or something.
Well, that's good actually. So we enjoy your company when like you guys do the lives and when you talk about reselling in Kingdom of Australia. So that's actually very important, guys, to actually for us in the United States to find out how do you do reselling in Australia? Is there a specific way, Octo, of reselling in Australia compared to United States?
Well, we normally have to fight the wildlife. So, what you do here in America is quite true in regards to drop bears and kangaroos, jumping down the streets. There's been a couple of times where I've seen huntsman spiders. You heard about those before? They're about as big as I suppose one of your human palms. They are. I won't say they're quite frequent, but I have seen them in thrift stores before over here, on clothes, on. Because I suppose I don't know what the spiders are like over there, but nowhere near as scary from what I'm told. But they kind of like warm, dry places, so people donate their clothes out there, and when the op shop ladies tip the clothes out, the spiders normally run out. So like I said, you just have to fight the wildlife, and half the time you're done. So
it's interesting. Wildlife in Australia is beautiful in reality. You guys got so many different animals that are rare that cannot swim to other parts of the world. because they were
That's good.
impossible.
Yeah. Well, you sure don't want redback spot. Oh, well, you got black widows over there, I suppose. But yeah, you don't you don't want huntsmen. Huntsmen's are the worst.
That's actually interesting. So
I've
how
seen videos.
there are
Keep
so
up.
many
They don't lie. They're that big.
Yeah, there are so many different creatures living not just underwater there, but also on the land. So it's kind of interesting when you walk around in an octopus costume to thrift stores. Those creatures probably kind of stay away. They don't get close because they know not to mess around with octopus.
Well, that's right. Normally, when I walk into a thrift store, or I prefer to slither into a thrift store, a lot of the old ladies run out, so I normally have the place to myself. It's quite cheap. I don't know. Maybe they got something against octopuses that like to thrift. I'm not too sure, but it works out well. But over here we call them op shops, so opportunity stores. But they're really we don't have we don't have savers where I am. There's only savers in a couple of states over here. We normally have salvos, which is the Salvation Army, and Vinnies, which is St. Vincent de Paul's, which I think you've both got those over there. They're most every town and city, depending on the size, you'll have 2 or 3 of those stores, and we have little independent ones, but they're really nothing to look at. But yeah, I procure a lot of my stock now on Facebook Marketplace, so I find that's a lot easier for me to do. Get around after dark as an octopus.
Yeah, and nobody can see you. So let me put my character back on. Let me say hello to the beautiful, very beautiful Desiree in the house, guys. Good, great, fabulous. Desiree, welcome to our water kingdom today. I'm gonna try my best. We got Shane, Soda City Flames, that just swam into our water kingdom. And we got Lisa, Bubbles, Blinks, and Needful Thing swimming around. So anyway, Octo, because changing characters ain't easy. How did you actually decide with YouTube? Was it something that you were inspired by other creatures on land in Australia from reselling world of Australia, or was it something?
I really don't know, to tell you the truth. Because like I said earlier, I really started reselling quite heavily back in 2017. I didn't really know there was a reselling YouTube community until about 2020. Because obviously being stuck at home in the Octo lair, I wanted to look at it from that perspective. And I suppose, I spoke about this a little bit before, is that I kind of built a reputation behind the scenes before I started my own YouTube channel, because I think that would be my advice to anyone that is looking, not that I've got thousands and thousands of subscribers, but build a brand image before you do go on YouTube, I suppose, from that perspective. And that's what I did. Like I said, that I was annoying people in the chats as the Disgruntled Octopus, and then one of the guys reached out and asked me to go on, and it all started from there, I suppose.
Interesting. And you actually have, from what I kind of noticed throughout the years, you have also a lot of content creators over there, and
yes,
there are some with big, like many subscribers or big subscriber count, and there are some that are not with a small subscriber count. So it's like similar to our kingdom of United States. So
yeah, and that's right. Like, I've got to be very careful. I choose my next words very carefully, but I think a lot of the bigger ones over here are probably, I won't say egotistical, but I'll say that. Ooh. I'm just looking at Shane's, his costume collection he's just suggested. So maybe I'll get some more costumes.
Yeah, we're gonna be changing into different costumes tonight. Hopefully, I don't know if I will. But Octo, nobody knows, guys. Octo, do people really know what you look like in reality? Because I kind of was questioning to see, like, if anyone in our kingdom on the land have really seen you and know what you look like. Do you know?
No, they haven't. So basically, a few people worked it out once, and I had them sent to Davy Jones' locker. But what I have employed a human of sorts to do my bidding, and if I've got any updates to present to the humans, he does it for me. His name is Minion J. But yeah, realistically, no one else knows what I look like.
Yeah, we kind of. I was not familiar with what you look like at all. Even after watching some of your content recently, I kind of didn't see what real Octo looks like. And some people kind of watched your recent videos and didn't actually see the real Octo. So nobody
That's right.
nobody in reality knows what you look like.
No, because look, I suppose one person was very close. Yeah, I'm a fat and bald old man. That's what. that's probably the closest guess so far. So.
But eventually, people would want to find out in the future if you're really an octopus with 8 tentacles, or if you're really an octopus with more tentacles than 8. That's kind of an idea.
Well,
to
I
figure
was about to
this
say
out.
it's not after dark here, so I can't talk about my 9th tentacle. But yes, but Jason, yeah, I suppose I can't stress enough, mate. Like below standard, I probably played it up a little bit. It's not easy to go below standard, but I don't know if you watched my latest video. That I had a parcel sent to Colombia. It went missing. eBay locked me out, and I got a defect. So if that happens twice or 3 times, you're done. So you basically go below standard straight away.
And by the way, guys, Octo, if you watched his content, he actually explains very clearly about certain things that is on eBay and reselling itself, that certain situations that occur, which happen to a lot of our United States Kingdom resellers. So it's actually good content from another country, which actually has also kind of what would you say, Octo? Would you say there are major differences in
No,
eBay, in Australia?
So generally, what eBay does over here is they roll out, because we're a smaller market segment. We actually get a lot of the features that roll out before the US. So it kind of works out both ways, right? So we know what's coming down range for you guys probably in the next 6 months. But also on the flip side, a lot of Australian resellers don't look at it from this perspective, and I wish they would. Is that what's happening over there in the US? Because I watch a lot of Commonwealth Picker, I watch a lot of all the other ones that go over there as well.
Famous land creatures.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I won't say my beloved Ken, because he just does his Ken verse 10. But what happens over there in 6 months' time normally gravitates over here as well. So if you've got like a slowdown of sales or a slowdown of economy and all these different things, if we've got like 6 months or 3 months to prepare for what's coming across to us, and if you're quite smart, you'll put things in place now to circumvent that, which we have.
Interesting, yeah, and you actually talk about it a lot on the lives and also in your videos. So you actually explain those types of things that happen in Australia. And as I understand, Octo, is that the differences in your I don't know if it's all in like different places in Australia, but do you travel to different places to source around Australia?
Personally, where I'm in Canberra. So what I normally do is I normally drive, I think 45 minutes, which is in Canberra, you can get anywhere in 30 minutes. So I've got like a 45-minute thrift route per se. But we're, the exception of, back from Burnout Mel, she might do some country driving and all those different things. But generally speaking, we just stay to our towns and stuff along the lines of that. We don't go crazy. We don't have reseller meetups, which I'm quite envious of. But just going back to what Jason was saying then, is that the stuff that I try and put out there is universal. So basically it doesn't apply to Australia, it applies across the board. So obviously if you are a reseller, what I tell you is pretty much, I kind of make it and research from across the spectrum, like the UK, the US, Canada, and all those different things. So whatever I tell you, pretty much you can take it for to work from your perspective as well. But going back to what Roman was saying, is that Hungry Shark was saying, we really don't travel far, with the exception of if you're like Leanne, she's in the middle of nowhere. She might travel a couple of hours to go somewhere.
But I think this actually became not a Hungry Shark, but it became a Santa Shark. But Octo, I cannot stress enough that you decided to become a land reseller, and you
That's
cannot
right.
do that because you gave us the agreement underwater that you're gonna stay with us with the water creatures and do water reselling, not land reselling.
Well, I can tell you right now, the mob has broken the contract. They promised they'd stop giving people concrete shoes, and until that happens, I'm coming back onto the land, so I'm going to start selling.
Well, humans, that's it. Unfortunately, Octo has betrayed us. And now I cannot stress enough that I have to tell all of our greatest sea creatures that Octo has betrayed us and has become a human. So, guys, our water kingdom has lost one of the greatest resellers in the water kingdoms. I'll tell everyone. I'll tell the whales. I'll tell the stingrays. I'll tell the greatest fish in the history of the of the water kingdom, an Aquaman, that Octo has betrayed us and left us. And now we're gonna cry. Our water kingdom will never be the same anymore.
Like I said, I've gone from being the best underwater reseller to probably the worst on land reseller. So,
but let me say hello to Not So Meta, Andy in the house. Andy, Not So Meta. Andy, welcome. And here's from Hungry Shark. Andy, Not So Meta. We welcome you to the kingdom of the land. Big Bro saying Australia tries to kill you. See, I don't know. Does Australia? Is it?
Kills you.
I don't know if Australia. Yeah. I don't know about Australia trying to kill anyone, but I think it's a good continent. You know.
Yeah, I suppose. You don't. I wouldn't. Yeah, if you're quite squeamish, I wouldn't research drop bears. But other than that, you walk around with a shotgun and hope for the best.
And now, guys, for this particular introduction, the Hungry Shark would like to welcome our Bills Y'all to our Water Kingdom. Brian, welcome. Our Bills Y'all in the house. Brian, welcome, man. Appreciate you stopping by. So, Octo, by the way, guys, how do you pronounce Canberra or Canberra?
Canberra. So Canberra. Yeah,
guys, Canberra is actually capital of Australia, by the way. So just for the information, if you studied geography, you would know that
in fourth grade. Yeah,
is the capital of Australia, I guess.
A lot of people ask me why. A lot of people ask me why I'm in Canberra, because Canberra is normally associated with being a cesspit, because it's extremely hot in summer and extremely cold in winter. But if you're going to take over Australia, you might. Yeah, pretty much. We're just a gigantic cesspit. But so if you're going to take over Australia, you might as well start with where the big people are. So,
and you know what's funny? You know what's funny, Octo, is that if you go around and you arrive to United States and go around and ask people what is the capital of Australia, most likely 95% of people will say Sydney.
I did actually have one say Brisbane once, which was good.
Nobody will know it's Canberra.
No, that's right.
1% good, probably.
But like I said, you're not missing much without Canberra. So,
by the way, guys, Archie was a very smart comment saying, "I once saw a shark wearing a mask of Roman's face." Yeah, that's kind of scary, Archie. I would not want to see that. So, how do you? What would you like? What would you say, Octo? Because we got Jason actually with great comments. Jason Bears, official, about the shipping delays, and you actually discuss a lot of it on your lives with different guests and Grumpy Granny, Leanne. You guys talk about this kind of stuff all the time on your lives, and it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we like I said, we try and separate ourselves from like just. We went to a thrift store and this is what we picked up kind of stuff. But I kind of want to, because there's a lot of miscommunication, a lot of, I suppose a lot of people romanticize, when, there you go, I fit Roman into that sentence. But what are people, they watch the Commonwealth Picker, they watch ADH Dave, they watch all the, the big YouTubers over here as well. And they're just like, oh, this is fantastic. We can go out and buy all this stuff. But they're just buying junk. They don't really know what the back end of eBay is, and they get themselves into trouble. So that's pretty much what we do. But like Jason was saying, is that eBay's they're really notorious with the shipping estimated dates.
That's
Yeah, it
true.
has to be inky.
Let me say hello again to new guests that arrived into our kingdom again, into our live. We got the flipping sports guy, Paul, with his smart comments once again into our reselling world. And we got, let's see, guys, because the shark is blind, it doesn't see anything. We got Andy in the house, which I already announced, guys, but flipping sports guy and big bro auctions. What is Disgruntled Octo's favorite ghost in Pac-Man?
Yeah, well, it's definitely not Sue. She always gets me. But yeah, it has to be Inky or Blinky.
That's cool. Yeah, that's actually, guys, I can tell you one thing. Being after surgery, being on pills and having a shark head, and it's not, it ain't easy, guys, believe me. And my actually,
I don't know how you do it, Roman. Like,
man, I can tell you, yesterday, Octo, I can tell you one thing, man. That's kind of sometimes if not for pills, man, forget it. I'll be probably right now laying down and like crawling in pain. But the pills helped a little bit, so I appreciate you guys sticking
Pills
around
are our friend.
with this debacle again.
We like pills.
Pills ain't easy, guys. Pills ain't easy, so do not take them. So, Octo, how do you see, like, in Australia, what would you say after watching content from United States Kingdom? What would you say is a major difference of sourcing? United States Kingdom. What would you say?
I think the biggest, so I think the biggest thing that keeps getting my scratch in my head is that because when I watch your YouTube videos, our Australian dollar is about just say 60 cents for every American dollar. So we probably $3 for every $5, Australian. And when I watch Kevin Commonwealth Picker, he goes, "Oh yeah, I sold this for $8.67 plus shipping and stuff like that." I wouldn't touch anything personally under $40 over here. So realistically, I know I've got a lot of stock in my store that's less than $40, but our average ASP, which is the sale price, we like to get it around that $50. So, like when I watch a lot of, especially SSK promo, I don't know if Ken's still in the chat, but when he talks about those lower dollar items and all those different things, those replenishables and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, we kind of steer away from the lower price stuff. But I'm always envious over there, like with all the video game hauls that people get and all those different things. We don't really have a garage sale culture over here. Like, if I went out garage sailing, just say in September, which is our spring, there's probably like 3 or 4 in a day. That's the extent of it. So
that's interesting, actually. I can tell you, I was actually about to ask you about your garage sale in Australia. That's kind of an interesting concept. Do people do them like similar to United States Kingdom?
Yes.
This is
waiting for Lys's. Not really. So I don't know how it's normally over there because I normally watch ADH Dave and he's picking videos. But over here, the garage sale is actually in the garage, right? So I don't know if you have the similar thing, but whenever I watch Kevin, it's always out like on the driveway and all those different things. So I'm not too sure what the stock standard over there is, but we normally have in the garage sales. We really don't have estate sales. Like they're not really prevalent over here. Probably in the 3-4 years I've been reselling, like quite heavily, I've been to one estate sale by accident. There was a garage sale.
What do they do when people die then? What do they do with their stuff?
Well, we're very similar. We're very similar to the Egyptians. We just bury it with you.
That's actually a good idea.
To the no there.
The shark has a fruit salad. That's what we do in our water kingdom. We bury everything down in the earth.
Yeah.
Damn, I need a drink.
Hey, Sandra, how you going? You and I both.
Oh, there we go. We got Land Shark Picker. By the way, guys, let me say hello to my friend Land Shark Picker in the house. Craig, welcome to our kingdom. We're doing both land and water kingdoms today. We got Reseller from the water kingdom, and we got Bubbles, Blinks, and Needful Things from the land kingdom. Octo,
I'm a
nobody
dirt
understands what the hell is going on right now because they're kind of trying to figure out if
We're all
this
trying to
thing,
figure
if
it out.
actually me being a shark is more entertaining than me being a Roman. I don't know. I say I said hello to Wolfman's Goodies. Chad, if I didn't, welcome, man. Appreciate you. And let me catch up and say hello to everyone I missed. Paul Sports Guys here. Brian Dollar Bill, y'all. Listen, I'm planning on making some content over the next week or two. I'm going on a trip for a couple of weeks. That's great, Brian. That's actually good. I will probably see one of the videos come out. Guys, if Brian will start making videos with his knowledge, I think Brian will go far in this YouTube world, magical world of YouTube. You see, Acto, we got United States Kingdom, we got Australian Kingdom, and now we have Water Kingdom. So there is a lot
That's
of
right.
kingdoms.
A lot of kingdoms running around.
We got Harry Hamstone in the house, which I think I said hello. Harry, welcome. If I didn't, because guys, I'm gonna be all over the place today with my pain medication. I really apologize. Being 2 days removed from surgery, it's complicated. I took the painkiller today, so I'm not gonna be that much in pain. So, but I cannot go and try because I had surgery on my back, so I cannot lay down normally. I haven't slept normally the last 2 days. Had to sleep on my stomach all the time. I couldn't sleep on my back, so sorry. I apologize, guys. If you don't like the shark, let us know in the comments, guys, in the chat. We're gonna take out the shark. Octopus will take it out because octopus, guys, is a much stronger water animal, water kingdom
That's right.
animal than a shark.
That's right. You get punched. You get slapped around.
There you go. That's actually true. So, what would you say, Acto, is something that you been inspired by? Do you actually do reselling full time, or you have a full time job and do Water Kingdom reselling on the side?
Yeah, so I was full time for the best part of 2 years. I recently went back to work. So without going too much into it, I had a friend reach out. He was going through some mental health issues. So I went on a contract just to do his job. So that's pretty much it at the moment. So I kind of full time, but I do almost like full time reselling on the side as well. So yeah, I do probably 6 or 7 hours after I finish, like 9 to 5. So
That's good. And what kind of profession do you have? If you don't ask, don't mind us asking.
yeah, well, I'm in the military, so I suppose that without going too far into it, it's probably HR related. Probably from that perspective. So
Very cool. Yeah, actually, respect to that. And since you're in military, thank you for your service. Being even in Australia, thank you for your service in Australia. So there you go. We got Australian connection, guys. And Paul's flipping sport guy saying, I think Lisa is regretting her last decisions of being part of the most unprofessional reseller life. Did you ever think it would get Paul, it will get even more unprofessional. Thanks to me, it's gonna be probably unwatchable completely eventually. So, but we really appreciate you, man, stopping by, giving us support. We really appreciate all of you guys to support us and our guests all the time. It means a lot for our unprofessional life, guys. And the shark appreciates it. Guys, I appreciate all of you stopping by every week and wasting your time on this unprofessional reseller live, self-proclaimed that nobody likes to watch anyway because they don't like any resellers or any YouTube content creators. But anyway, Acto, in your journey so far in reselling and YouTube, would you say what would you say you would like to eventually in the future? What would you say you will try to accomplish more? You're trying to accomplish better yourself as a reseller, or you want to accomplish to better yourself to be a better content creator?
Well, there's no hope for me from a content creator perspective. So maybe I'll have to go down the path of reselling. But personally, I'd like to, branch out from reselling because I think to me, and I've spoken about this a little bit on my channel as well, is that reselling is a great gateway for creating alternative streams of income. So I'm looking at doing some other little projects. I've got some health issues going on at the moment, so I need to probably get back in my Octo tank and get some fresh seawater. But once I clear through all those, but like I said, I was probably going to look into doing some other experiments as well, just using the reselling money to punch out and fund for those. So
Interesting. Yeah, that's actually, in my opinion, everyone has their own kind of idea of how they want to run their business in terms of reselling and content creation, and it's very fun. That when I originally didn't know exactly who the Disgruntled Octopus is, I heard the name. It was fun to see that actually you were wearing a costume. Like, I mean, you would wear like this octopus costume all the time, and it's kind of fun idea, which I love. Actually, I love artistic personalities.
Yeah, and I think that it's all about building a brand. Yeah, and I would say it yourself with you, Roman, is if people, if you ask someone what Roman's like, they probably talk about your brand and all those different things as well. But yeah, like I said, reselling to me, I enjoy it, but I don't know what the longevity is. Like, I put a video out yesterday regarding Blake. He was one of my co-hosts on the podcast when Grumpy Granny and I were doing it a couple of months ago. Depop banned his account, and like a video that I did on J Ride Flips a couple of weeks
Yeah, I
ago.
didn't see it yet. Yeah, I have to watch.
Yeah, and like I said, I like J Ride. Like, I've got nothing against him, but the thing is though that if someone in that situation that was quite new to reselling, went below standard, there's a good chance they'll lose their eBay account. So they won't get all those different things. So I suppose we'll look from different perspectives. So
that's true. That's absolutely true. Also depends on categories that you sell at, specifically with Jake Ryder. I mean, he likes to sell electronics high end, which I like to sell the same. It's kind of same idea. I like the same stuff that he does, and you will get a lot of scammers. You'll get a lot of possibly returns if you try to sell certain higher priced electronics, because people tend to scam you like more in this category compared to like other categories, in my opinion. So that's why you get.
Because I've been delving in higher end electronics myself lately, and I find it's different in the Australian market. There's not really that many scammers. We find that, and going back to what I was saying a bit earlier about the low cost dollar, the things under $10 and all those different things, is that when I was selling video games, I was selling a lot of Xbox 360, PS3 games and stuff like that. $5-10, they're just garbage. But a lot of my 99% of my issues would be from the people that would buy $10 games. But someone's forking out $400 for a digital camera, or they're forking out $500 for a DVD VHS player and stuff like that. You never hear from them again. You just send it out and you'll never hear from them again. So we've got almost an opposite issue over here. That the high-end electronics, we don't really have that much problems with, because what I normally do in my photos, and I would implore people that do that as well, is to take a photo of the serial number and have that as one of your listing photos. So if it is a bait and switch, you've got your proof from that perspective. And I find that, I don't know if that's circumstantial, that we're like a lot of the scammers don't come after me because I do a very clear picture of the serial number. So but like I said, I've never had an issue with the high-end electronics and all those different things. So I was quite surprised when when you said it, and J Ride Flip said that they got a high return rate. I think my return rate's 0.5, like 0.5%, so it's quite low.
Yeah, it's low actually. Yeah, it depends. Like I said, it also, I always say, like, you compare, like, you can have bunch of power sellers which are never on YouTube at all. They're just selling. They're just resellers. They sell a lot of stuff, and they get most likely, if you compare yourself, if you compare like me to like very big powerful sellers on eBay, power sellers, they sell a lot of stuff during like any day or a week or a month or a year. So you cannot compare it, because it's a big business operation. So if you have a big business operation, it's completely different. So you cannot compare yourself to those people.
And that's something that I suppose, going back to, I'll throw out to my beloved Tech and Sports, is that, I think you made a reference once, but a lot of the big players don't, they don't go on YouTube and they just like, heads down, bum up kind of thing and work all these different things. I see YouTube personally as a, expansion of your brand, obviously, another stream of income, like all these different things. But I suppose from my perspective is that if eBay shut my account down today, like, Daily Refinement, going back to that saga, I'd have YouTube, all right? I could basically branch out from there. But those people that do those high volume power sellers, like you're saying, if eBay's closed their account down today, they'd be screwed. Like, they really, like a lot, not all of them. Obviously, you'd have to have a backup plan. But these are the things that, there are pros and cons to different elements of the reselling space. So,
So what is your category that you like to sell at? Like, are you everything seller?
Oh, by virtue, you have to be an everything reseller in Australia. Like, going back from burnout, she's got books, but she's got a warehouse for her books. So, like, to me, that's just ludicrous in the sense that, what's going to happen when she, closes down her eBay store? She's going to have to move like a warehouse of books, all those different things. But everything seller over here, predominantly, I like video games, I like toys, I like plush, as much as I hate to say it. It's quite boring in that respect. Absolutely hate clothes, so I'm actually phasing out of clothes at the moment. But like I said, I think a lot of people over here, they gravitate to whatever the YouTubers say that week. If a video comes out, like Robin releases a video about jeans, for example, like you'll find all these new resellers in the jeans section at the thrift store and all these different things. So I think there's a lot of impressionable people out there. But from my perspective, I prefer video games, collectibles, Skylanders. I'm quite big into Skylanders. I sell a metric ton of those. Whilst there are like $10 ones, normally the orders are about 25, 30 Skylanders a piece. So the orders are about $300 every order. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting concept. Let me say hello to our shark, hungry shark. Hello, Sandra Beach. Sandra, welcome. Hungry
Hello,
shark
Sandra.
welcomes you.
Poor Sandra.
And I kind of have a guess that Sandra most likely is from Australia. There is a big possibility. Octo, thanks for bringing us. You guys, we don't have much Australian audience, so we really appreciate Octo bringing us some international flavor from Australia. And
I
you
told
guys,
them they had to come on or look out.
it's actually very nice of you, man, to bring us Australian. We appreciate all our Australian friends joining us in the United States Kingdom tonight. So we actually love you guys. And actually, Jason was asking, I don't know if you answered that. Are most of your sales to Australian buyers or international?
If it's, I would probably say 70% to Australia, 30% to international. But with my Skylander orders, I just say like probably a higher percentage goes to America and to Canada than do all those different things. So probably $1,000 a week goes international.
Interesting. And do you use also global shipping program over there?
We don't have one. So we literally have to. We have to go. I don't know if you've got. I know you've got the global shipping program over
We
there.
got global shipping here. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to go to the post office and lodge our items from that perspective. So like when you send your items to Kentucky, I'm not too sure where the other eBay warehouses are. That's when your responsibility stops per se. For us, we actually have to go all the way to that customer. So if the customer does an INAD or an INR, we're completely screwed from that perspective because our postage is quite expensive. So.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't know if you do. I mean, since you already answered that question, I mean, international sales for you guys in Australia, it's gonna be a headache if something gets lost.
If it gets lost, that's right. Like I was saying, is that there's a lot of countries that I've scrapped. Like I said, a lot of South America countries because that. I've never had an issue with people not scammers per se. It's always been the postal service or the customs. I'll have a parcel materialize back on my doorstep from 6 months ago. From Brazil, for example. Then I'll reach out to the buyer and never hear from them again. So I don't know what's happened to them, but like I was saying, is Josh Galt and I were chatting the other day a little bit about it, and we really, I suppose, from an Australian perspective, we have to find countries that have that last mile delivery, so where they actually have, it's been delivered to Roman, and that's what it reflects on the tracking. So if it doesn't do that, the potential for scammers coming out and say, "Well, I never received it." So,
and how do you deal with it? Do they open the case and then you have to somehow prove if the attempt to deliver no tracking? I mean.
Well, realistically, with tracking, that's right. Like, I prefer sending the States and Canada because, I've never had an issue with those. But like, I suppose from our perspective, it's like, do you have an untracked service over there? Do you have like stamps or something you can send stuff through the mail? Because it's a little bit different. We don't have media mail. We don't have anything like that. So we realistically, we have to treat it as a lost item if it hasn't been delivered. Like Lisa might reach out to me and say, "Hey, look, thanks for the item. It's been delivered, rah, rah, rah." Then she'll put an item not received case in. then if it hasn't been marked delivered on the tracking, we're completely screwed. So
Completely.
That's actually that's one of the points where it is more complicated being. Would you agree with that, Octo? More complicated to be full-time, especially reseller in Australia compared to
yes,
the United States?
I think the success rate of full-time resellers that I know, like I said previously, is that I wish everyone well. Yeah, I'm not not trying to drag people down and tell them they can't do it, but it just comes to realism. We don't have the bigger population. Like I think our population is a tenth of the size of the US. So we have to be really picky with high sell-through items and all these different things, because unless you're catering to the international market, which I do with a lot of my Skylanders, because and I suppose it works both ways, is because I import a lot of stuff from the States, right? So stuff that's not available in Australia, which goes really well for me in Australia. But just going to the thrift store and buying some jeans, you're probably not going to make it full time. I suppose it's really complicated.
For some reason, Octo, I want to think that we looked at Australia is like 11 million and Ohio is like 9 million or something like that. So like your whole country is right around the same as the state that Roman and I live in.
We'll go about 26 million, so probably two and a half Ohio's.
But like it.
And we've also got remote areas. So we're our high population density areas are along the coast. So in the middle of Australia, you might only have 3 people living there for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles.
I actually sold something a long time ago to the Outback, and it took like 3 months. And I discovered, do you guys have something there called Mail Day? They get mail like once every 2 months, and they all meet at a bar and turn it into an area party, like a Roman type party, guys.
With shark heads.
I have to wear the shark again.
So a lot of this
anymore. Raymond is gone. Raymond has left the building. Let me say hello to Silverhair Stacker, Larry Todd in the house from the Land Kingdom.
Anyone else think that actually suits Roman? It's disturbing. I'm afraid he might make videos with it, guys. You see it coming. I'm not the only one that sees this. Octo's not a friend.
You can never expect what will happen in my videos. There's always going to be
videos stays in Roman's videos.
There's always going to be some kind of interesting thing happening, most likely. So it's not going to escape me, guys. With my artistic type of mentality, guys, it's hard to escape those things in my head. So you're gonna see a lot of different things happening, most likely.
The things in Roman's head, we all don't need to see that.
Yeah, the things in my head haunt me. They haunt me, guys. But actually, Octo, it's interesting that your population is 11 million, and interestingly enough, there are about 20 million octopuses for swimming around. So
be careful.
There are more octopuses.
Is it one puss or 20 pusses?
It's about probably we're not talking about anything bad right now, so octopuses
it's only 9:04 on these guys.
It's not an octopussy, so we're kind of not gonna discuss that because Australian
Octopussy was a movie. It was a movie.
Was a movie, guys. I think actually the plural form of octopus is octopi, right?
Didn't I just say that?
Or it's octopuses. So I don't know. It's
I don't think octopi is a plural, but yeah.
And it was actually interesting concept, guys, today, because with my accent and octopus accent from Australia, it's kind of becoming an interesting, hopefully, show for you guys. Because thankfully, the hungry shark accent kind of caught up by surprise. I mean, hopefully, you guys kind of understood what hungry shark was saying. So, really appreciate it. But Todd, welcome. See, Todd is saying Lisa should wear a cougar head. I don't know, Lisa, you should wear something because Todd is not getting happy. You're not wearing.
Well, I don't think we want Todd getting happy. Another show. OnlyFans. Go on. Leave the cougar head out of things.
See, Archie is actually correct, guys. Wow, Roman medicated is the same. Archie, yeah, it's kind of doesn't change much because see, it is what it is. I mean, it doesn't matter what type of medication; it's still not gonna get me. So there you have it. And military can beat up Amos. There you go from Big Bro. Maya saying I wouldn't have even realized he was medicated. Maya, that is true. Actually, it's hard to say. With
Harry,
me,
that was the name.
with me, it's gonna be almost impossible. But for this guy, Maya, you should understand something. I will get into Roman. I will hunt him forever, and I will go into the sea as a hungry shark again. So there you go, guys. So
Were you glad you came, Octo? Were you glad you came to the party?
Well, I was about to say I'm slightly medicated myself from an operation I had last week, so we're fitting him well.
Yeah, that's actually kind of. Guys, there are some good medications. Actors, in the United States Kingdom, actors, there are some good medications here. Believe me, I know.
Well, I took some good ones last night, and I almost didn't wake up for this morning. So
the difference in time. By the way, guys, currently it's what time is it in Australia? Actor, it's 11.
It is 11 o'clock.
AM.
Yeah, just 11 a.m.
Yeah,
it's usually it's lunchtime for him when our show's on.
See,
That's right. So it's always sunset over here. I'll show you. Let's see.
Phil 5 Dime in the house. Phil, welcome. Hi, Roman. Thank you for the sweet note and gift. Hi, Octo. Thank you for your service. Yeah, Phil, welcome, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Octo is waving his tentacle. There you go. Why does the shark sound like the soup? Guys, by the way, Octo, what would you say if Biscuit Butt Archie moved to Australia from Las Vegas and became a full-time reseller in Australia and started selling books? Would you say it's a good idea for Archie?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I better keep my mouth shut about booksellers too, because it piss off a lot more people. But yeah, I don't think books is. Yeah, you're not going to survive on books over here, regardless of what other people tell you.
Yeah, I'm kind of astonishing for me. We discussed it. I think you discussed it before in your lives that why would I don't understand. Is there some kind of reason behind resellers in Australia liking to resell books? Is there a specific?
So what it is? What is it over here? It comes back to market share and market saturation, right? So one of the questions up earlier, I did see that why people don't sell on Amazon. I think it was Andy that asked it. So Amazon over here came into Australia, well, probably about 5 years ago. So eBay's been here from the start, so early 2000, right? So eBay is quite established and quite ingrained in here. People really only associate Amazon with like toilet paper and cans of Coke over here. That's all that, they kind of order their grocery stuff from. There's no real huge second-hand market over here for Amazon. So we don't sell video games, we don't sell books and all those different things on Amazon. You can, but it's probably very, very, very remote, and people wouldn't associate Amazon for second-hand stuff. So, and I think that's probably why people, do the book score, is because they're so plentiful, and like I said, I don't know, people are idiots. That's the only way I can explain it for books.
Yeah, I don't understand it either, but apparently you resellers in Australia having success selling books. I'm not sure how much of success, if they're truthful about their content.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, I suppose I take everyone with face value, right? So I don't think anyone's like taking the piss, like, which it means that they're not lying per se. I just think you have to know what to look for. Is you can't just walk into a thrift store, take an armful of books, and you're going to be like a millionaire. So it's very, and it's a volume game as well. Like, you might need to sell books and books and books and books and books. So
that's interesting. Let me say hello again to our beautiful audience. We got Flippy and Easy, John and Jenna in the house. We got Alex, Bird King Picker. Thank you, guys. Welcome to our kingdom. And say hello to the Disgruntled Octopus. Well, that's cool. I mean, it's actually cool kind of thing that you are an everything seller, because in Australia, you have to be, in my opinion, because of prices on certain things. How would you say you compare the prices from what you've seen in our I would say local, in the United States Kingdom YouTube content creators? what would you say as the difference in prices that you've seen in their videos compared to
Yeah.
content creators from Australia, or just saw it
So
yourself?
yeah, so I suppose that I'm quite envious. Like I was saying, I was watching the garage sale videos and watching the Reseller Clickbait podcast and listening to that, where when Corey and Ken and probably others in the chat as well talk about picking things up for a quarter and all those different things. Yeah, over here we wouldn't do that. Like we don't have things like people. I suppose we have a very big throw out culture. Like if anything's like worth a quarter or something, for example, for us over here, people would probably just throw that stuff out. Like you're probably looking $10, $15, $5 for the stuff through a garage sale and stuff like that. But from a thrift store price, I think pretty comparable actually. Like I've been to my locals. They sell jeans for about $7 or $8 a pair. Levi's, which is about $5 or $6 Australian American. So I don't know how much Levi's are over there for you.
It
Levi's.
depends. It depends.
So Levi's over here are generally a decent pair of jeans. They're a quick sell through pair of jeans. So that's why I always say Levi's. But I think they're generally comparable. Like I prefer wearing Dixon flannel shirts. We don't really see many of those over here in the thrift stores. And if you do, they go for shit tins of money. They're probably about $80, $90 a pop. So
that's interesting. Yeah, it also depends. Do you guys have bins in Australia?
No, we apparently we do because Mel back from Burnout, she did mention that she went to a bins in the Sydney, but I think there's probably in the whole of Australia maybe 2 places or 3 places that do bins. We don't. That's not very an Australian thing, I suppose, from that perspective. So we just have very small Goodwill outlet stores out everywhere. So
interesting, and you got a lot of you guys. It's actually interesting that you guys also have other stores similar to Goodwill that you have in Australia, and the Goodwill. Do you know if Goodwill is it like the brand itself? Is it kind of popular in Australia, like here in the United States?
Yeah, we don't have any Goodwill in Australia. We have probably about maybe 10 Savers locations in 2 states, and I think there's been recently one opened up in Sydney. But primarily, I suppose, and Duncan's in the chat. He might be able to tell me otherwise, but I dare say probably 90% of our thrift stores are probably Salvos and Vinnies, and that's the extent of it. So
Salvos is basically similar as Salvation Army here, kind of, because of the name. I was kind of comparing the name Salvos and say kind of compare it to Salvation Army. Not same exact model because you guys have different models of stores. I mean, price-wise and inventory wise. Do you notice big differences from what you've seen watching our United States Kingdom content creators? content creators show stuff at thrift stores?
Well, it gives me, so like I said, I'm quite attuned to the US market because that's probably a lot of my YouTube content that I consume is from the US. But like I said, I think but what it comes down to is that it gives me more brands to look out for. The things that you wouldn't consider. A lot of people don't. Like I was saying earlier, is that they watch Australian YouTubers because they like the personality, they like they like that person in general. So they'll start mimicking that person religiously. So if you only know about Levi jeans, but Lisa knows about 6 or 7 different brands of jeans that sell really well. Generally the audience that I find, this is nothing wrong with it, but they basically just follow Roman because they like Roman, and they'll just buy Levi jeans, for example. So
interesting. So how much stuff do you currently have in your inventory, Octo? Do you know the exact
too
number?
much? I think I've got 960 listings at the moment. But I delve in a lot of multi-quantity listings, like my Skylanders, for example. I've got probably thousands of them, which is why I prefer selling those little things, because I could probably store 500 of them in a tub. Whereas you try and store 500 books, look at the size comparison for that. But like I said, I've got a bit of a death pile at the moment because I've got a bunch of clothes that I don't want to list. I'm trying to sell them to Blake, but he's not coming back to me. But like I said, I prefer selling video games and all those different things. And if they are video games, and if they are Skylanders, I'll list them straight away. So I won't put them in the doth pile.
Yeah, but that's cool. Actually, video games sell everywhere. I think if you go around the world, it doesn't matter which part of continent you're at. the video games probably will be number one. It doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah, so I suppose I've branched out, right? So I've basically started looking for more obscure video games. So like I won't just buy video games for the sake of buying video games. So I picked up 700 Sega Saturn Japanese games the other day. So no, 75, sorry. So I've got to go through those at the moment. So more of the obscure ones because obviously less competition, but there's less market for them, but less competition. So.
And you find usually, do you find video games in thrift stores, or you have to look for them?
Yeah, so yeah, generally that you'll stumble across them very. I won't say very rarely. They're out there, like probably no different to what you come across with your FIFA and your NHL and all those different games. Yeah, like the sports games. But what I find is that they're either the really trash games that are priced up really high, or they're really high sell-through games, like $90, $100 games for $5. Well, yeah, quite cheap from that perspective. It really depends where you go to, and it really depends on your relationship with a thrift store as well. Like my motto personally is to build quite a strong relationship with the managers and the staff at the thrift store. So I find that I get away with murder and pricing from that perspective. So
interesting. And you have developed relationships probably already with certain stores that you go to regularly. So
yeah. And
well,
all
he's got tentacles to feel them out.
Well, I was about to say, it's quite hard for those that don't run out screaming as soon as I slither into the store. But it's quite a novelty for the ladies at the thrift stores. They like the octopus coming in.
Yeah, we've seen the videos.
Let me say hello to Lisa Dur in the house.
Slinky guy.
Sorry, guys, I interrupted you with my bad behavior. The shark, guys. Lisa Dur in the house. We got Collecting Chaos James in the house, and we got. I forgot someone else, guys. I apologize. The shark has lost its goddamn mind already.
I thought it came in without the mind. Okay.
Oh, it came in without one. That's right. So, guys, we really appreciate you all stopping by and supporting us today in our chat. You can put different questions for Octo. Hopefully, he'll answer and not like me be behind 10,000 years. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot very important part of the Australian kingdom. I would like to welcome Duncan VR to our live. Duncan, welcome from the shark, Hungry Shark.
God bless you, Duncan.
That's right. But going back to a question that Harry asked probably 4 hours ago, I actually came across a SpongeBob and Patrick Fugler yesterday. I'm not too sure if they're how saturated they are in the States, but I came across a couple of those.
Yeah, Harry will ask you some very important questions about reselling. Believe me, there are some, Octo, it's important because there are so many different topics that have been discussed in the reselling magical world that everyone already probably can write like encyclopedia of reselling knowledge from watching all the YouTube content and lives and podcasts. I mean, every time there are so many discussions about it. So, Octo, how come, I'm wondering right now, how come you guys in Australian Kingdom don't have any reselling podcast?
Well, Grumpy Granny's fallen over, but I think Sam, Hammock Reseller, she's created a podcast that she does with a lady over in Scotland, I think she is. So she's probably the closest we have to an Australian podcast at the moment. I think it's called the Business and Banter podcast. But when Granny comes back, we'll be kicking ours back off. So
yeah, actually,
we're having a season break at the moment. That's what we're doing.
And interestingly enough, actually, I was always considering you guys with Leanne not to be even a podcast or so, like a live. For some reason, I always think it's a live, another podcast.
Yeah, we weren't very well. We were the worst reselling podcast ever because we didn't really put it on any podcasting platforms. But yeah, and I suppose we're pretty bad considering we're the only podcast out there. So to be the worst one at that's that's saying something. So, but it was quite enjoyable. Like like Leanne and I get on like a house on fire.
Yeah, you guys do great.
So
you guys.
So hopefully we can get back into it.
All right, yes. Let me put Octopus, our this good Australian reselling friend, Disgruntled Octopus channel link in our chat, guys, in our beautiful chat. please subscribe to Disgruntled Octopus, guys, if you would like to learn about everything in reselling, because he got artistic, he's artistic, he got a lot of reselling knowledge, he can answer your questions. He actually, in my opinion, Octo, after watching your lives and watching some of your content, I would say for me personally, like from Australian content creators, you're like on my one of top list, from Australian reselling YouTube world. So you and Grumpy Granny. I mean,
What?
I'll-
No. Come on.
I was about to say that I wouldn't go that far. Just don't watch any other Australian YouTubers because they knock me out of the park.
no, you guys have done. I mean, everyone does a great job, as you know. And Mel, back from burnout, she does good job with books and explains what type of books she finds. So it's kind of cool to actually see different types of resellers from different parts of the world and see what they sell. I mean, and it's actually interesting that Australia, in my opinion, right now is behind United States, like number 2, probably from YouTube content creators. In my opinion, I haven't researched other countries. There are, of course, possibilities that there are very good resellers with good content in other countries, which people may know. And if you guys know, you can put it in the chat. We're gonna spice up our international flavor. I think it's actually going to be great if we're going to spice up international flavor. If there's going to be more international resellers, YouTube content creators coming on the scene, and everyone will kind of do podcasts together live. So it's going to be fun, entertaining content. I'm trying to research even some resellers from like former Soviet Union parts, to see if I can find someone who does content. There are some content creators over there, but I don't know, not so many that do like reselling content. So, but it's interesting that Australia has a lot. I think Australia is, I think, number 2. Would you agree, Octo?
Yeah, we've got a lot of content creators here. They're fantastic, and I think, from my observations, and I suppose my thing is that I watch a lot of YouTube content, right? Probably more that's probably healthy for a full-grown octopus, but I find a lot of the Australians that. What separates the good one? Well, I won't say the good ones. I suppose the more successful ones from my consumer perspective is that you probably need to cater to an international audience opposed to just an Australian audience. Because, like I was saying, is that I try and make my content generic enough so that if you are from America or you are from the UK, it's still relevant to you guys. Where I watch a lot of the people that I watch is that they just cater towards the Australian market, and I find the Australian resellers are quite fickle in the sense that that they might jump on and they go, oh, like I watched Roman once and it looks really easy. Then you won't see them ever again.
Man, if they watch me, believe me, it's not easy. If they watch me, it's not gonna be easy, but believe me.
But I think from what I see, you guys have a fantastic community over there, right? Like you have your reseller meetups, all those different ones, and that's where I came across Roman. I was watching, I think it was the reseller podcast, reseller clickbait podcast when Jimmy was on, when Ken was interviewing you at the meetup and all these different things. We don't have meetups over here. We have like a yearly function that costs $1,500 to get into.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So Granny was looking at doing a meetup of sorts, and I think that would probably solidify a lot more, the community base and stuff along the lines of that. But I think if we had half the community that you have over there in the States, there'd be a lot more, I suppose, better from that perspective. So.
Yeah, but look at the positive factor. You don't have much competition over there. You guys kind of doing, because I watch different content creators from Australia. You guys kind of doing different types of things in terms of reselling stuff, and it's kind of not that. I don't know for sure because it's similar. I would not be able to actually calculate. Nobody can do that because there are many more knowledgeable resellers without YouTube content at all or any social media compared to YouTube content creators. It's just overweighs big time. I can tell you that with like easiness, because in Cleveland we don't have many, like I would say few content creators who do some videos, but the actual resellers with great knowledge, I see them all the time. I mean, like they don't do any content; they just know their stuff, and it's just kind of I upload to them, because they don't need this kind of stuff. They just decided we just resellers without any content. We don't need that. You know, they
And
just
that's
resell.
well, from my perspective, right? I'll flip it around a little bit, and I get in a lot of trouble in the Facebook groups because I'll tell people not to watch any YouTubers for the first 6 months because you need to learn what you're bloody selling and how to sell it. One of the things from these different perspectives is that, like going back, you start building and what I have found is that people are quite clicky with the resellers. Yeah, like I said before, is that I piss a lot of people off by just telling people what I think. And if that goes against the what your favorite reseller is saying, that you've got people quite clicky in that perspective. So, but I agree. Like a lot of people just do their own stuff and go from there. But if you are a new reseller, I'd be standing off away from YouTube just for the first 6 months, just to learn what you're doing, how to do it, and go from there. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's everywhere. That's why everyone is trying to watch everyone's content and kind of learn. It doesn't matter what part of country or continent they're from. So it's kind of, interesting to bring some international flavor eventually, not just from Australia, in European countries. I'm trying to research to see if we can bring some resellers, content creators from Europe into our beautiful community and see if we can accomplish that.
You need to reach out to Transylvania and get Dracula on. I heard he's he likes recycling.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. I mean, it's by watching, interesting, different views of different content creators. Eventually, people already that come into the community and try to learn more stuff, or resellers who don't have any content, who just support different lives, because we got a lot of those people that come into our chat and live, and they support the videos, they comment, they go into different lives, podcasts. So, and we really appreciate it, and whoever chooses to create their content consistently, I applaud them, because it takes a lot of work, a lot of time, and if they are successful, why not continue with that, right? I mean, see, that's what we're all striving to do, and if it happens, man. It's like everyone will be happy, most likely, if they provide proper content. I would say, in my like with my channel, it's not like I would say something educational, but I like to do this kind of stuff myself, which is me, and I cannot replace myself with some kind of stuff that is not me, and it's never gonna happen. So I like to do the content I like to do, like the same as you do, wearing octopus costume and stuff like that, and doing your content. So everyone doing their best. And I said it before, it's not easy when someone puts out consistently stuff, and that gets kind of bashed by comments and stuff like that. But actually, I would say it's not bad for their channel when it happens. But still, I mean, you have to be prepared for that kind of stuff, and not a lot of people would like to do that,
Yeah, and I think what they normally say is that your first, probably for me, probably first 1,000 videos are really bad, because you don't know how to talk to a camera, you don't know how to look at a camera, you don't know where to hold your camera, all those different things. Going back to my initial video, we didn't think we went that bad. Then I watched it a couple of weeks later, and it's like, oh god, this is horrendous. But if you are looking at doing YouTube, just like Roman said, just be yourself and do whatever you need to do. Like, you don't have to make it a 50-minute long video. Just go there, make it a 2-minute video and go from there. So
exactly, and of course, it's it doesn't. I actually like to see the side of with I would say with Australia, it's kind of the continent itself and just people, and I have never been to Australia actually myself. I would like to go one day, because my friends actually went. One went to Sydney actually a couple times, and they really enjoyed it there. I mean, it's kind of unique, beautiful continent with a lot of, like I said, like nature, different types of like animals that you don't see anywhere at all, because they cannot swim. Unfortunately, they cannot swim to other continents, so we have to bring them here.
That's right. That's exactly right. Christian just came in. Hey, Christian.
Koalas, koala bears, kangaroos, all those beautiful animals.
And I think, I don't know if Shane's still here, but I sent him and Hilo as well, Chris, a photo of where I work the other day. Just outside my car window, there's about 20 kangaroos. So, it is where I am. It is what you hear in the States, where kangaroos are everywhere. So,
yeah. And you guys, do you have kangaroos that you run into? Like we here get like a lot of deer running around on the streets. Do you see kangaroos running around the same way?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. So my wife bought a new car about 3 days after having it. I ran into a kangaroo and totaled it. So
Oh man.
they're everywhere. But I think your deers, they go out through the day. Like with kangaroos, they normally stay at dusk and dawn. So you really got that low light visibility, and that you'll hit them. So
Right. But also there is a difference, as you guys know. There are kangaroos and there are wallabies.
that's
Wallabies are a
right.
little bit different, guys. So if you
Yeah, so it's short.
with the knowledge, that I at least have some kind of knowledge with something
That's
in
right.
zoological world, is
Yeah,
that
just I suppose you'd say wallabies are just like half-size kangaroos. They're just like
they're a
really
little bit
tiny. Yeah,
smaller, guys. Wallabies.
yeah.
When you go to the zoo, I remember my son when he was little, he was asking how come those kangaroos are smaller and those
Mm.
the ones are bigger, and I was like, at the time I forgot they're wallabies, and I'm like, they're probably not grown yet.
No,
They
and I
were
think
like little kids.
They're
well,
cute.
Duncan might know more than me, but I think wallabies aren't as aggressive as kangaroos because kangaroos can get quite territorial and aggressive. But if you go to the petting zoos, I think you've got petting zoos over there. They're normally got wallabies that you can go and pat and hang out with.
And you live you say you live close to capital Canberra. In your capital, do you run into any YouTube content creators consistently when you go out?
Well, I used to run into Mel quite often. She's a little bit further out of town now. She moved into a warehouse. So I don't see her very often, but yeah, I suppose we're probably no different to you. You've got like a private chat on Facebook or Facebook Messenger where you've talked to all the ones that you talk to in your groups. But really, Canberra, I don't think there's that many reseller YouTubers other than Mel, to tell you the truth.
So basically, there is not like a higher chance of running into YouTube
No,
content creators compared
no,
even here
it's
it's hard.
yeah, it's the exception to the rule over here. Like, yeah, I could probably count on one tentacle how many times I've seen someone with a camera at a thrift store, like not comping, but yeah, actually recording and taking video footage. So
Yes, and do you usually record with GoPro or you use your phone?
well, that's what I was hoping your chat could tell me because I use my phone, and like Lisa was saying, it's like I was on a roller coaster. One of the ASMR videos that I did ages ago.
I use a phone. I use a phone actually.
Yeah, so I really
Yeah,
I really need to get like a what are they, gimbal or something just to basically do all that. But I'm quite, being an 8-foot handsome orange octopus, I kind of stand out a little bit. So I don't really want to be walking around with a GoPro on. So I don't know. Like one day I'll get the confidence up, but
Yeah, I mean, GoPro originally it was kind of convenient because you can actually mount this GoPro on your body or just install it inside. I was asking a surgeon a couple days ago if I can install it into myself. So
I was a bit worried where that was going then.
yeah, he was asking me which part of the body.
Yeah.
A bit difficult, he said. You may never lose it, he said. You will have to amputate it. So, but I mean, it depends. Yeah, some people, of course, love to use their phone and use you can put your phone onto this Osmo. It's actually, I think it's called Osmo Mobile or
Yep.
DJI Osmo Mobile,
Yep.
which I use sometimes. I have a DJI Osmo Mobile. I'll put my phone onto it and just carry it with the stick. So it's actually, I like that way to actually record stuff. Even sometimes I hold it with my hand. But it doesn't matter. As long as you put out good content, most likely, or the content that you like to put out, it's fine. I mean, how you record it, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, because now I suppose now that I'm not full time, I enjoy going to the thrift stores. Like when I was doing full time, I used to loathe it because it just got to the point where I was feeling like it was a job. But now, I suppose because when you were doing it full time, that you were constantly looking for stock, so you didn't have that opportunity to kind of pull, basically do any footage or anything along the lines of that. So now that I'll probably jump out and get one of those DJI gimbal things and probably start taking more footage in the op shops and telling people what I personally pick up. Like I hate telling people I've learnt, telling people what to think and what to do. But I'll probably just show them what I pick up and what I look at from my perspective. So.
Yeah, and everyone, like I said, everyone has their own business model according to their lifestyles and according to what type of products they try to sell with a sell-through rate that at least works, for them.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah, and it's because like I said, I hate clothes with a passion, but I know a little bit about clothes, which I'd be happy to pass on. So, yeah, I actually did the world's worst TikTok the other day, and it's up to about 30,000 views, which is quite big for me on TikTok.
Wow, that's not bad. Do you actually? I forgot to put your links, guys. By the way, in the description of the video, you're gonna find the Octopus YouTube channel link and also his Instagram link. But I didn't put. I'll put in your TikTok, and if you guys want to watch his TikTok shorts, short form content. And do you have Facebook also that you use?
No, I don't have Facebook yet, so I'm quite slack on the social media aspects. I need to get that scooped up this year. So that's probably one of my my long term goals is to have like some bigger presence on the social media aspect. So
yeah, social media is important, Octo. You need to understand because Water Kingdom has a lot of fish.
I'll tell you what, mate. Like, there's a lot of Wi-Fi signals problems down down here in the on the ocean. So,
how's your internet services in Australia? Do they work better than here?
Yeah, we've got fiber optic. I'm pretty sure you'd have fiber over there as well.
Yeah, we do have fiber.
Yeah, I think. And I suppose that we've got decent internet, and I pay up for for a decent speed because I don't know how your internet works over there. We pay in levels depending on the speed of the
same thing. So. Same thing here. If you want a higher level, man, you gotta pay up.
That's right.
Because if you don't, you're not gonna be on a high level anymore. You're gonna be underwater.
Exactly.
You're gonna have a water type. You gotta have an ocean type of internet. So. Did you ever travel to the United States here at all before?
Yeah, I have. I've been a couple of years ago. For my honeymoon, I went to Hawaii. Then I went to Disneyland. I went to California, San Francisco, and all those different things. Then quite recently, probably recently in the sense of 3 or 4 years ago, I did the East Coast. So I did like Washington and Sleepy Hollow. I'm quite big on paranormal and all that kind of legends stuff, and I love all that stuff. So. Did Washington, Florida, all those different things. So
interesting. That's actually good. Next time you're in the United States, hit me up.
Yes, I will.
We'll meet up. We'll be Uzbekistan, Australia.
Also, only if you wear your shark mask. Excuse me.
I will wear this, and you will wear your octopus. Guys, we're gonna be the greatest connection on this planet.
Listen, might have to be our tour guide because I can't see anything in this. the eyes are painted on.
I've got plenty of ghost hunting equipment, Octo.
Oh, that's me that. Oh, I love that. I say,
yeah. Archie is saying that we will come over and play with you. I don't know. Archie's intentions are usually like one of those things which it's unpredictable, Octo. So I cannot predict what will happen.
I might be taken advantage of.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of Archie's dangerous in that regard. He starts kissing right away. I cannot, comprehend that kind of thing. I have to become a hungry shark and start to bite.
Protect yourself.
Yeah, I have to protect. What about your live selling right now in Australia with Whatnot and Deep?
We don't have anything like that. So basically, all we have in Australia is Depop and eBay. We do have some other platforms you probably wouldn't have heard of that probably none of us are on. So the other platforms are more geared towards multi-quantity listings. Probably those bigger. I suppose what you would class as Amazon stuff over there. We use those, but from a reselling perspective, it's only Depop and eBay. They were talking about that eBay live selling when they're trying to rip off Whatnot, but that's never eventuated. So,
yeah, I feel bad that you guys don't have live sellings there yet. You're lagging behind, Octo. You need to call the key. You have to call the queen and the king of England.
That's right. They need to do something. They definitely need something. But in all honesty, Duncan might have a different perspective from me, but I reckon live selling over here won't take off. It'll just fall over.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. I mean, eventually you guys I heard that you guys supposed to have Whatnot soon. I don't know if you heard it or not, but I think they're gonna go into different countries soon. I mean, eventually. It's not gonna happen like in a couple months, most likely. But I think they are planning to go into Australian market.
Yeah, well, hopefully they advertise a lot more than they did with Poshmark, because Poshmark came over here, then they ran away quite quickly. I think they lasted about 18 months to 2 years, but they did absolutely no advertising. There was no commercials. There was no internet ads. There was nothing that redirected people to Poshmark. Then they wondered why they left the Australian market. So
Interesting. And Duncan, by the way, your fellow man, or what are they called, Lisa? People living in the
countrymen.
same countryman. Sorry. Duncan VR is a countryman of Disgruntled Octopus, so saying, I'm in Sydney and sell British ephemera to UK people and US people, United States Kingdom, guys.
You know this one. It's friends, Romans, and countrymen.
Yeah, that's actually one of
Lend
the.
me your ear.
Lisa,
And
believe
sharp.
me, I'm surprised I actually can speak today after so much anesthesia.
So many pills.
After anesthesia and pain, I'm surprised. They had to put like they realized that it's hard for me to actually move. So I had to take a lot of pills today to keep myself alive, because I could not miss the Disgruntled Octopus at all. I would not live with myself, guys. I'll
You're
jump
doing
into
yourself an
the
inservice.
ocean. I will just jump with this shark head into the Pacific Ocean and drown, because if I miss octopus. So, but it is what it is. So Octo, hopefully you'll be able to get live selling eventually in Australia, because it's gonna be fun for you guys to move inventory that way.
Well, I was hoping to. What's that?
Yeah, do you think it's a good idea? What would you say about live selling right now?
Live selling in Australia will completely flounder and won't last 6 months. That's my prediction. However, I welcome it, because I want some idiots to sell me the inventory very cheap. So that's what I think is going to happen. So,
we got super chat. We got Wolfman's Goodness chat sending Water King $10 to our Water Kingdom. We're gonna use it underwater and buy some drinks and drink with an octopus tonight and have some fun with Archie Buttercup. Chad, appreciate you very much, man. It really means a lot. Always, Chad always comes in and supports different lives, guys. As you know, Chad is a great guy. Was actually very. They call him Mr. Rogers. Do you agree? Do you watch Chad's channel? Actor, did you watch his videos?
Which one's that one? Sorry.
Chad Wolfman's Scooters. Did you watch Chad's channel videos?
I haven't watched them recently. I am subscribed to his channel, so I did double check to see that. But I'll have to. I don't know how YouTube works, because I click the bell notification on everything, and like I said, I normally watch everything that pops up, but it never comes up. I've just checked, and it's got the bell notification. Yeah, selected. But once I got off here, I'll check out some of his videos.
Yeah, he got very cool content. I don't know why people here call him Mr. Rogers, and you're probably familiar who Mr. Rogers was. He was one of the greatest characters in this country back in the day with his TV show, and which was basically kind of, in my opinion, you cannot compare anyone right now, specifically on TV, to me how positive Mr. Rogers was. So that Chad Wolfman's Goodies actually has this in him. Also, Chad has been posting consistent content, and like I said before, there are so many great content creators that post consistently, and unfortunately, YouTube doesn't push their content out to the audiences, to much bigger audiences. And I kind of, always kind of sad about it, because like there are so many people that put a lot of time into content, and they do it and do it and do it, and YouTube never put and it can be said for a lot of content.
Yeah, he's got a lot more. He's got a lot more subs than I remember, because when I first came across him, he had like 26 subs or 27 subs. I remember he was sub 30 when I signed up to him. So
yeah, I'm putting channel links again in the chat, guys. So please subscribe if you haven't. Most likely, most of you, I'll say it every week. You guys already subscribe to everyone here, but it actually helps with just kind of shows appreciation of everyone. I mean, showing up in our life consistently, giving us support, guys, and it really means a lot for us. me and Lisa and our guests. And I mean, we really appreciate all of you guys all the time. I mean, and there are better things to do on Saturday nights. I always say it. When you're young, there are like much better things to do than watching me wearing a shark head. So but we really appreciate
Using a
you guys.
carrot.
Yeah, guys, we really appreciate. I love all of you. We love all you all. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys every week that you come in and support us. That's why I'll always be putting in channel links in the chat, guys. It doesn't matter, and I know most of you already subscribe to everyone. And Anthony is saying in Soviet Russia resell contents you or something like that. Not anymore, Anthony. Anthony, I'll send you some links from Russian YouTube channels from some content creators that go to flea markets. You're gonna be surprised at certain things they find, and it isn't Russian, but you can put in the subtitles in your video, and just they're gonna translate everything. It's gonna translate everything they say, so it's gonna be an interesting video. I'll send you the links. But it is kind of interesting itself. So Octo, what about you said that you only sell on eBay and Depop right now. Do you think like if you compare your I would say monthly totals for eBay, for example, compared to like any type of other content creators that you saw their content on YouTube, do you think it's comparable from content? I mean, resellers here in the United States.
Yeah, I would say. I suppose that going back to work, I have dropped considerably monthly, but I think I'm floating around probably that $5-6 US a month, like grand US in sales a month. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really see that many people in the US disclose what their monthly data is, or I don't really pay that much attention, to tell you the truth. So I don't know how that floats into the spectrum with people over there, but that's where I normally sit a month.
Interesting, yeah, because I mean, you also go to a lot of lives, and Octo, by the way, guys, also he is in almost all lives all the time. I see Octo almost come in. Every time I go to, when I have a chance to go, like you cannot catch up to everyone anymore because there are so many content creators right now. It's crazy. The new content creators come out on the scene all the time. So as much as we can and want to, go to everyone's lives and podcasts and the videos, it's impossible because if you're especially full-time reseller and you want to concentrate mostly on trying to find proper inventory and list stuff and have sales, it's the most concentration should be on that, of course. I know you agree most likely with that, because I mean, if you create content and eventually make some money from content creation, it's good. I mean, it's good for you and your family that you can bring that extra income. But whenever you don't, and you try of course your best to support your friends from the reselling world and show up in lives and do all of that, and you've done amazing job, Octo. And we as a
normally I push my way into lives. I'm an unwelcome guest.
Octo, you're keeping an eye on all the pitiful humans.
That's
right.
For your Make sure they behave themselves. That's
and
right.
Guys, as Octo always say, humans, I have arrived. But we as Water Kingdom animals, guys, appreciate Octo going to all the lives and showing support to all the humans in all their videos and their lives and podcasts. And let me say hello to the Prince Speaker Scott in the house.
It's a wild one for sure.
Yeah, there is a lot of wildness in here, guys. Yeah, that's kind of inside of me. Even after being, like I said, on painkillers, guys, I'm surprised that I'm still kind of. I kind of try to listen to my heart if my heart will say have to stop, but it's still beating right now, guys. So thankfully, thank God. Them telling people what you think pisses them off. Well, damn it! Oh, well, suck it up, Buttercup.
And I suppose the sad thing of this is that Grumpy Granny and I, we've had, I won't say heaps, but we've had quite a few people reach out to us and say that, yeah, like I follow this reseller. I've watched this reseller previously, and I'm pretty sure if you're from Australia, you could probably guess which one I'm talking about. Where they follow them and take a $10,000-$15,000 credit card out, max it out with junk, then they're up shit creek. They don't know what to do from that perspective. So, like I said, that I was probably a bit heavy-handed with telling people that how to do things at the start, which annoyed a lot of people. But what it really comes down to is, people, this is their livelihood. You can literally financially ruin yourself in reselling. So you need to be very careful of how you actually conduct yourself. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's where all the criticism comes in, and you know how it is, Acto. It doesn't matter if you live in a United States kingdom or Australian kingdom. There's always gonna be critics and drama, and most likely in your Australian reselling community, sometimes you will have some drama, not just from reselling on just content creation. It always brings views, and you know how it is, right? I mean, drama creates views, drama creates thumbnail type of audience that comes in and tries to watch it, because me and Lisa already said many times that drama creates a lot of stuff that actually makes your YouTube kind of journey, in a way where you're gonna
He's
get
not lying. We have said this.
Drama. Well,
drama.
Well, that's exactly right. I suppose for a drama perspective is that we did a single video and that got me 3,000 watch hours. This was before I was monetized. So, and all we were doing is basically giving our opinion on a paid reselling group. And we had all the lynch mob and, people were chasing us with pitchforks and torches and stuff like this. So.
But that's cool. Yeah, that's what happens. Without drama, there will be no world, right?
No, that's right. That's exactly
There's always love and drama. There's always love and dramas.
And like I said, I suppose from my perspective, and a lot of people don't particularly like me, which I don't really care about that from that perspective, is that I don't really care what you do. I don't care what you watch from that perspective. But as long as you don't ruin yourself financially, go fill your boots. I don't really care. So maybe start with one or two things, then go from there.
Yeah, that's actually cool. Let me say hello to Forest
One's online.
Forest City. I missed that comment right here somewhere that I just saw, but here it is. Forest Finds Online. Welcome. Hey, you all. Yes, Christian. We appreciate you stopping by. Your name for us, for our life, for our Unprofessional reseller. By the way, guys, Ben from Reseller Locker Room Podcast. Guys, we got a self-proclaimed Unprofessional reseller life. According to Ben.
Yes, we got to go play with Ben on Tuesday. Remember, you got to pimp that out.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna have to announce. We'll make some announcements before we leave today, because Acto has better things to do. By the way, guys, he still has some exercising to do underwater.
That's right.
He has to source underwater. It's much more complicated when you source underwater compared on land.
Well, I think my worst thing for today is actually trying to decipher what Japanese games these are.
And Duncan is saying Roman, we also got dinosaurs in Australia.
That's right. That's right. Well, Grumpy Granny's one of those.
Yeah, that's a kind of interesting comparison, guys. But yeah, most likely, hopefully Grumpy Granny will approve it, guys. So we don't know that yet, but hopefully she will.
Right.
Vintage one. Hold on, we have to properly announce our new guest in the chat. Vintage Ivan in the house. Ivan, welcome. Appreciate you stopping by on our Kingdom of the Humans. I've been changing it all over the place, man. So, Acto, what do you have coming up on your channel in the future? I know, actually, for some reason, I forgot to mention it. When you're putting in thumbnails with our famous content creators like Jake Ryder recently, and you also put in some kind of other thumbnail with, I forgot that content creator name. Recently, you did a video and also put them in your thumbnail. I forgot the name.
Is that the what resellers are telling you or something, or what aren't telling you?
I think let me check. I forgot. It was exactly. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one that you were talking about. So you've been putting smart thumbnails in there. But actually, I think are really good thumbnails.
I hear dingoes. The dingoes are coming to get you.
Yeah, the dingoes are coming, guys.
The dingoes. A dingo ate my baby. It's going to meet my octopus now.
Oh, we got new guest. We got Marie Perrot in the house. Marie, welcome to our
Can
kingdom.
the dingo eat the shark too? God help me. Sorry, I apologize.
Doctor, we apologize.
Oh, what's that? No, that's all right. Yeah, it doesn't. I've got a very thick, scaly skin, so nothing offends me. I was just trying to not cough.
That's good. You're a reseller. You need to have a
That's
thick
right.
skin.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've pissed enough people off, so
Yeah,
fine.
that's actually okay. Believe me, there is gonna be like something like that all the time. But you actually did a good job with that video. I watched that video, and I watched the. I don't see him in the reselling lives. That content creator. I forgot his name actually. Let me actually find out exactly what his name is.
I think I just added it to the bottom. I think on the bottom, Roman.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, actually,
bottom.
guys, I think I forgot if you did actually good job on that video, and it was a video called "What YouTube Resellers Are Telling You."
Yeah,
So,
I've just share it down the bottom, mate. I think it's down the bottom.
yeah, there you go.
Of your
Guys. So
StreamYard.
watch that video, guys. It's actually a really good video. I watched it. It actually is interesting because I watched his video, original video, and then I watched your video when you put him on the thumbnail. So that was
like I suppose I get more enjoyment doing the thumbnails, to tell you the truth.
Exactly. I was actually attracted to the thumbnail right away, Octo. I was like, let me watch it right away. As soon as I woke up at 3 in the morning.
That's commitment right there.
Yeah, I usually don't sleep much, but when I see some kind of thumbnail which is interesting, I'll just turn it on and I fall asleep right away. Never watch it. So Octo, we got Mike in the house. Let me announce. Everyone will be announced with proper manner. We got that crazy card Mike in the house. Mike, welcome to our kingdom. So there you go. I think Lisa will be having headache and need some drinks after this live. She's probably gonna leave and never come
No,
back
you
ever
need to
again.
pass the charcuterie board with all the pills on it.
I can actually give you some pills, Lisa. I got plenty. I was prescribed after surgery. I got Oxycontin. I got everything. So if you need anything, let me know. Call me. I'll give you some pills. But anyway, Octo, we really appreciate you. Let me catch up a little bit, guys. And we got we got Bobby in the house. Let me put the shark head back on. Octo, do you have time? I mean, I'm sorry, I apologize. We usually do our lives for 2 hours, but with the shark head, it's maybe a little bit more. Let's welcome Bobby. Long story short in the house. Bobby, welcome. We got so many great personalities today, guys. Unbelievable how much support you've shown us, guys. I think my medication is wearing off, guys. So I will probably go to emergency room after that with my shark head. It's Yakov Smirnov. See, there you go. Actually, he's a funny guy, guys. Check out Yakov Smirnov. He's actually a very good comedian. And Woody, we appreciate you, man. So, Octo, before we leave today, what do you have coming up on your channel? And what would you say? What would you, in your opinion, would be the best thing right now that you will advise people to do on eBay in terms of selling? What would you say from your perspective? What's the best thing to do right now for like eBay selling and like eBay overall? What would you recommend for anyone who will watch our lives, who starts out the reselling journey?
I personally, like, I suppose it's to regurgitate what every other bloody YouTuber says out there, is just probably focus on high sell-through rate stuff. Like, worry about your cash flows. Yeah, don't go into debt doing reselling. Like, don't get a credit card and go buying all this stock and go from that perspective. But I suppose no. But I suppose, if you go to Goodwill, look at your sold comps. Just don't go off listed prices like a lot of the thrift stores do. From that perspective as well. And definitely account health as well. Like I was saying in that video before, is that, like, it is a bit doom and gloom from that perspective with below standard. But like I said, once you go down there, you probably, unless like I was saying, you've got the access to the inventory that J-Rod Flips does, and a decent cash flow, your reselling days are probably over.
Yeah, actually, Anthony, and you're absolutely right, Actor. Actually, great points. As we usually bring it up a lot with different lives and podcasts, everyone kind of asks similar type of stuff. But since we're kind of in a way reselling type of life, which actually we're not resellers much, but at least I mean we got some kind of ideas and ask people what's the best thing to do. And by the way, Acto, what do you have coming up on your own channel? Do you have anything planning?
Well, I don't have any plans. Yeah, I suppose the issue with my ADHD that everyone's got it at the moment is that I don't plan. I just basically, something pops in my head, then I get angry, then I do a YouTube video about it. So I don't really have any dedicated channels coming up. So when Grumpy Granny gets back, we'll probably start doing the podcast probably fortnightly, just to give her a break and just to make sure that we'll get our stuff across the cat attacks.
By the way, we got a animal right there, Acto.
That's right. There you go. It's a catfish. It's a catfish.
That's something that shark will eat.
Come on.
We're going to keep Alpha away from it.
This shark loves the cats. Before we leave, Acto, do you guys celebrate Father's Day in Australia?
We sure do.
Oh,
So happy Father's Day to you tomorrow.
No, we're in September.
It's already tomorrow for him. It is
That's
Father's
right. Yeah.
Day.
Actually, today.
Yeah, so we don't do Father's Day. We do Mother's Day in May, and we do Father's Day in September for us. So the first weekend, first Sunday in September is Father's Day for us.
So
but I'll take two.
From a fellow shark, hungry shark, happy upcoming Father's Day to you in September, brother.
Yeah.
But guys, so before we leave today, guys, once again, we really appreciate everyone who joined us for our unusual, unprofessional, self-proclaimed, like Ben says, self-proclaimed, unprofessional reseller life and history. And we really always appreciate all of you guys, all of you all, and so supporting us and being active in the chat always, guys. And it always means a lot to me and Lisa and our guests who come in and giving us a chance at least to continue with our unprofessional self-proclaimed life. And we're wishing you guys, everyone, happy Father's Day tomorrow, which is a big holiday here in the United States. United States Kingdom.
Yes. United States Kingdom.
Yeah, United States Kingdom. So hopefully you're not offended with that. And we really appreciate all of you guys. Acto, from our beautiful American audience, and from the hungry shark in the water kingdom here in Atlantic Ocean, near United States Kingdom, we're saying thank you to you for joining our live today. You've been a great guest.
Well, thank you very much for having me on. I enjoyed it. It was quite good.
And we really appreciate you very much. It was fun live. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it in the chat. And we really appreciate all of you guys, all of you all, once again.
Y'all.
And guys, me and Lisa will be on a Reseller Locker Room podcast this upcoming Tuesday, which will be recorded on Tuesday. And this episode will come out next Thursday. Reseller Locker Room podcast with the shark. So, guys, hopefully Ben will be holding his screwdriver and his marker and pens in his hands when he will interview us, and not gonna. Ben told me he's gonna try to silence me, put me into some kind of silence mode, so he cannot. I cannot overtalk him or say something bad. So, guys, we'll see. He said
so. Roman gets to say nothing.
Yeah, most likely, guys. Hopefully, I will say something. But before we leave, Octo, would you like to reveal who you are? Would you like to show our American audience what's behind this octopus?
Oh, I can't do that. My hair's not done. I'm quite being.
There's no hair. You're bald.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody, guys.
I haven't got a chance to put my toupee on, so that's all right. Well, I'll just have to wait till next time until I reveal. Next time I come on, I'll reveal.
Until next time, when we unmask the octopus.
And the next time you will see our brother. You will see our brother Disgruntled Octopus show himself to the humans on the land. So we'll see you guys next Saturday. But guys, next Saturday we're gonna have Johnny, Cajun Roots Reseller, as our guest, one of the greatest in the community. So please join us next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and Johnny will be our guest. So we really appreciate you guys once again. Happy Father's Day, and we'll see you guys next Saturday.
Oh, it me. And you know what? Stay profitable, everybody, and y'all come back now. You hear? Thanks,
guys.
everyone, for
Bye.
coming to this.
Love you
Bye.
guys.
Father's Day. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.